like Sam Rios and Andrew Evans, I've had my first conversation with y'all this week. So, but it's amazing, and I'm going to miss y'all all so much. So, thank you to the RUF, thank you seniors, so I'm going to be awesome, stay in touch. So.
And I would just encourage you, like, as you greet the freshmen next year, remember the ways that, like, the people in this room have poured into you your freshman year, because, like, what you guys have, we want for every class, and there are only, like, you know, a few little juniors in this room, but we are really thankful for the example of the senior class and the example of the sophomore class below us, just in ways to be a family and to love each other. So just do that. Take somebody to coffee and get to know them. Eat Chick-fil-A with someone every week and then MSC, because it really, like, will feed you much more than you think it will. You think you're, like, giving of yourself, and then you realize that, like, actually, Naomi Sells the most hilarious person you've ever met. And, like, woo! So I just would encourage you to, like, pour into the classes below you. And then to the senior class, you guys are such a gift. And I think, like, my favorite day, I told Carl this, but, like, my favorite day in college is probably, like, the Lord of the Rings Hobbit, I can't remember, Hobbit watch party in their little college apartment. Because I think it was the first time I really felt like I belonged as me. And that's a very powerful thing, so.
Let me gather my thoughts real quick. Okay, I've said this to some of y'all already, back in like the leadership meeting, but I remember when I came in and I was just a little freshman, and I felt very much the need. I came in during summer RUF, and I felt very much the need to like get integrated quick because I'm all about that community, and I need to get friends or I will wither away like Jonah's whole plant that gets moved by water. So I went to summer RUF, and we were reading Screwtape letters, and I was trying to like answer the questions extremely intelligently and be like, listen, like you should definitely be friends with me. Like I know lots of things. I'll be an integral part of your community. And I was just thinking the other day, like I'm now the same like age and grade as the graduating seniors are now that they were when I came in. And I'm just thinking like now I have to be the guy that makes me feel, the little fish that come in. Now I have to make them feel included, just like all the seniors made me feel included. You know, and hopefully I do a good job, as good a job as y'all did. You know, I felt pretty included, obviously, when I stuck around, but just real big shoes to fill, like freaking boats, like size 18s for sure, man. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but y'all have been great examples to me and just amazing, just inspiration. I don't know, I can't ever thank y'all enough for everything y'all have done for RUF and just my life, of course. Just showing me how to be a good leader and a good friend, and just how to be a good part of RUF, really. But y'all have been just amazing, always there for me, and I just want to say thank y'all.
Go Nathan!
Go Nathan!
Really nice drawings. I'm Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
So my first RUF event was Spikeball in Ivy Park. I don't think I knew what RUF was until the day I showed up. My sweet mate, he was John Connell, his old cross-country partner in high school. So John invited him, he randomly invited me. So I was trying to find a college ministry. I tried out one other thing, showed up to RUF, didn't know what it was. I don't think I even knew what the word Presbyterian meant. And it's been awesome. I've spent fun. This group of people, it's been such a blessing. And at times, I don't know, I felt like behind the curve. It's like, you know, who said it, like Brendan. Oh, you know, I've known all these guys from forever. Like JW, like the older brother. You know, we're such a family, and it was really cool. But I don't know, part of that always made me feel like I was behind or like I had to get ahead. But y'all never made me feel that way. You made me feel absolutely loved, very valued. And yeah, part of the family. I feel like just yesterday, I was getting coffee with Tony. And then I don't even know what that conversation is. Sweet. It feels like forever ago, but all the older people, specifically Marshall and Marlo, is not here, unfortunately. Thank y'all so much for making me feel loved, and I'm really excited to do that along with a lot of you next year with our freshmen. So,
It's so big in the seat and you get up here and start I know y'all know me as such a stone cold hard killer, right? I'm genuinely gonna try so hard to try here. Y'all know I'm John Wyatt.
Yeah.
And I did not show up to a whole lot of things. In fact, the first, I think, co-ed tax drug this year was the party at my own house. Only showed up to one freshman fellowship and the party at the end of the year. I was very busy. In fact, Hadley told me at one point he didn't know my name until like the second semester. It made me laugh so hard inside. I went through a lot of suffering in Marshall this year, and every single one of the freshmen at RUF, they treat me like I have been there every single day. Every single RUF meeting like I have every single day. They genuinely treat me like I have been the entire time. There's nothing you can ask me. You're like my best friends. Like coming to studio, like I was like, this is what I've been looking forward to all this year. It's like, I can come and spend this time with my new best friends that I made. And I feel like I've known y'all forever. And it's like, some of y'all have only been for like one semester. Some of y'all just learned my faces. And I just want to thank you so much for just wrapping me in. And treating me like I was with y'all. Thank you so much.
And last year, when I was up here, or when we shared, I stood up and I was bawling. Probably the hardest I've ever bawled in my whole life. And I said, I do not cry in front of people ever unless I am in the hospital and drugged. And now I can confidently say that I am a crier. Cry all the time in front of people, and that's okay. And I can say that RUF has been integral in that process. And y'all have all made exactly who I am. You've shown up for me in ways that I didn't know that I need showing up for. And it's been a really hard, I think, 2 years of my life, but I've got to witness the example of the seniors and juniors and even the freshmen, my sophomore classmates, and I've learned how important it is to lean into that heart and then to take that heart and see what God is trying to show me. And so I encourage you freshmen, and everyone else who still has time left here, to try and find the heart as much as you can, and to lean into it, and lean into it while we still have such a tight community, such a community that we're close with all the time, that you know is going to support you, because I can tell you we will. I will support you. They will support you. You can look around and be confident in that. And I encourage you seniors to, even though you won't be here anymore, to find a place where you can share the heart and lean into that heart and grow closer to the Lord, and not grow closer to each other. I thank you so much for teaching me that. And as you can see, crying when it's okay. Thanks.
All right, I have something I want to say to the seniors specifically. From the moment that I walked into RUF, y'all have been such a beacon of light to this group. And it is so clear to every single person that you walk around. Every single one of y'all is y'all are such radiant people, and y'all truly exude God's spirit through everything that you do. And my prayer for y'all is that y'all just continue to be bright spots of light in your life as you go on. And that you treasure these friendships, these relationships that you have for the rest of your life. And I pray y'all continue to form these relationships in Christ, because y'all really deserve it, and we're going to miss y'all a lot.
I'm Andrew. I pulled up the second semester. I was a little busy the first semester, and I regret not pulling up earlier. But thank you, Sam and Will, for egging me on to pull up. Best decision I made this semester for sure. Like, I've heard it in all y'all's themes. Like, the common theme is like RUF is so welcoming, and that's just so true. Like, Brendan, I think, was the first person I met maybe when I walked in the door. I think Sarah Kennedy gave me a name tag with a smiley face. No, she's not here, but. And then Brendan, I met, and he immediately, like, he was like, oh, let's get you in the group, man. And like, hey, we eat dinner at Sabisa. And like, those dinners at Sabisa became genuinely my favorite. Like, I looked for that every day. That was so fun with y'all. I'm gonna miss that for sure. But sorry, I'm a little jittery. But so, anyways, but yeah, y'all freshmen, you guys are definitely become my best friends so fast, and like I don't know how it happened, but y'all welcomed me into the group, and I feel like I've been here for years and years. So thank you guys for that, and to the seniors as well. Like Nathan, I know you led the Bible study along with. I know Ryan also led it, and I went all the weeks you weren't there, and I just got to glad to meet you now, and to all the other leaders and freshmen, Drew and Haley and Ellie for in the freshman group. It's such a fun time. Yeah, anyways, and literally all of y'all have been such helpful, just role models to look up to, as well as just always having wisdom, as well as so many laughs and fun times. So
freshmen for always including me and being authentic and just a refreshing presence every time I got to hang out with y'all. And then my big thank you is to some of the older girls. Oh my goodness. They've shepherded me and loved me so well and showed me to walk with Christ and to walk in his community so well, and I'm so sorry I'm crying. But they've really taught me so much, and I'm just so thankful because I had never experienced true, genuine friendships like that until I met them. So thank you to RUF for everybody, and I'm sure all of y'all are so wonderful. So many of my new role models and friends. So thank you.
Guys, I don't think I can look at y'all, so I'm gonna look at my phone. Thank y'all for seriously being the first people to love me unconditionally. I didn't grow up a believer, so like unconditional love is just something that you don't really see outside of the church. Golly. Y'all like seriously loved me when I had already given up on loving myself at that point in my life, so that was really, really huge. Thank y'all for being so bought into me growing as a Christian. It's been a long and difficult process, and often many of you notice it's been really repetitive, and I've appreciated your patience with my discernment and its development. So I guess to follow that, y'all have been so bought in with that growth, and it's like low-key super corny, but it made the gospel really real to me, which I think is a huge gift that y'all have. So my advice, like any freshman and stuff, is like stay super bought in, and then bought in as y'all are now, because it seriously could change the direction of someone's entire life. And just continue to love each other well, because y'all have been doing it so fantastically, and it's been actually so encouraging. As like an older person, will be like, oh yeah, it's going to be really awesome. And I'm actually bummed that I'm not going to see it. How awesome you'll make it. So hopefully that goes well for y'all. And another piece of wisdom, just to get it out of the way. Yes, Iceman is decent. And here are 5 reasons why. Whisper my name, ran to Atlanta, National Treasure, Shebang, and Make Them Pay are all good songs. So, yeah, that's it.
The whole entire time I've been sitting there, and mine's still empty, but that's okay. I'd say, grew up PCA, pastor's daughter, knew I was always going to be here. RUF at least, not sure A&M. But I think about the first time I met someone at A&M in RUF. I was at Westminster, and I met Nika and I met Karis. And usually social settings, I'm like, all right, I was born for this. This is the only thing I know how to do. And I walk in, and Karis starts talking to me about normal things, and all I can think of is every embarrassing thing I've ever done, and I start sharing. And somehow it worked, and that just goes to show that like no matter like how panicked or worried I was in like specific situations, like you guys never fail to show me the love of Christ. Before coming here, I did not know what it meant to truly be loved and known, and to have people care about me in a way that reflects the way that Christ cares about his people. So I just want to encourage you all in that, and I know that we're going to continue to do that for the freshmen coming. Also, before coming to college, I never thought that I would speak to senior boys, but y'all are incredible. Matter that there's such an age gap, and that I'm just a tiny little freshman girl, and y'all are, have internships and finance bros and whatever else. I just want to encourage y'all, that y'all have made me feel so incredible. And then to the older girls in all y'all have taught me what it meant to be honest and to share things I never thought I would tell anyone. And to Ryan, all of them. then to the freshmen, I cannot believe that it's only been a year. I feel like I can't remember a day before I didn't know all of y'all, and the way that we poke fun at each other, just think of any way possible to make fun of me, and apparently that I have a foot fetish, which I didn't know. The love and freshness flows out of y'all, so be encouraged that the way that y'all have love for me has really been a super transformative in my life. And I can't wait to love on the freshmen with all of y'all. So thank you.
Yeah, I kind of bounce off a little bit. I don't really know what I'm going to say. I'm just going to thug it out. Also, disclaimer, I'm not putting the prize in the bag, so I'm finishing my master's, so I'll be here next semester. Sam and I went to the same high school. We can testify. It was very secular. A lot of people that claim Christ, very few, just did the same practices we did. And then my brother was very converted in college. And then at Stinkler, I remember that he was in group at Vanderbilt, and I went to his graduation thing with all his group friends. And he was like trying to like evangelize me in a way, because like his behaviors changed when I was in college. I was like, that's what I want. And then he was like, you should join the Christian group. And I singular melted, telling them, like, screw you, I'm just gonna brush a frat or something. And then, so I was doing scrolling TikTok. And I saw a video of this guy. He was like, not everyone who says the word will be the kingdom of heaven. And then I thought there was a God, and I thought maybe Jesus existed, but whenever I asked people who claim Christianity in my life, like, why believe in the gospel, why believe in Jesus, they're just like, dude, just have faith. And I'm like, well, can you tell me a little more? And they never really could. So I did research into Islam, Judaism, Christianity, atheism. And then at first, it was an intellectual belief because I found that Christianity has the most evidence for it. And then it became a saving faith. And then so that started my journey. I was in high school. I felt really alone in my spiritual walk. I didn't get plugged into a church. And then I came, so I figured out I wanted to join RUF because I looked up formal clubs in college. And RUF popped up. Yeah, I know, right? And so I got plugged into that. Like, I to the very first thing, and just like, so many people were so welcoming. And like, it was so refreshing because like, the only conversations I was able to have with Christian was my brother on the phone. He lived like 500 miles away. It was just so nice to hear from Christians. And then I remember going to the first Bible study. It was an all guys Bible study. I kind of walked in thinking I'm like hot stuff, like, oh, I know like a lot. And then these guys are spewing theology, and I was just sitting there sideline like, and then I never told you this, but so I remember I was like really into like Paul Washer, and I was looking at everyone else in RUF and like the Instagram accounts they followed to see like if anyone followed Paul Washer, and I saw like you and Caitlin did, and then I fully knew this. I was like, oh, do y'all like know Paul Washer? And then you were like, yes, and I'm like, no way. So I bonded over that like Caitlin and I. It was awesome. I was like in my cage stage like performing around. But yeah, so advice I give to freshmen, get plugged into like a local church like immediately, because I church hopped for 2 years, and now I'm finding a really good solid church. Yeah, just the church. RUF is not the church. It's great for community, but you really need people
showed to SLT. I could never stop coming to our group, and it's mainly because I just love seeing you every week. Because y'all were some of my first community as a freshman. And it's been great just every week knowing, oh, I get to see our senior people again, and it's been fun. And now to just speak to the younger classes, juniors on down, I can't wait for RUF next year with y'all, because it's gonna be different for me, because I mean, yeah, it's been 4 years with the same people, but the way y'all love each other, freshman class, off of my junior class, has been so encouraging. And I think that RUF is an amazing place, and I can't wait to be in it.
Aloe vera, that's sweet. And I was really scared to come up here, even though I love to talk in front of people. So, anyway, a little bit about my experience in RUF. My dad was like, you're gonna try RUF. Came to some freshman fellowship. I think I met Caitlin Kwai, I remember this. Hated it, absolutely hated it. And I was really scared, and it took me a long time to find community. I was really searching for that, and I found that so much here. And I think this year has been really hard for me. I've been really busy, been doing so many things, and the way that people have shown up for me in ways that I even felt like I couldn't even imagine it, and I feel like I couldn't even deserve that. And I would be like, am I even okay to ask this from somebody? Has just been wonderful. I'm in like Karis, I threw up 6 times and felt horrible. And I texted Karis and she immediately was like, I'm on my way. What's your favorite candy? What do you need? And stayed there and sat with me for like 6 hours, and I didn't do my accounting final study. And it was so great. And just the way that every time I feel like people see me down, that I'm surrounded by love. Being able to hang out with Pond Trail a lot more this year has been such a joy, and getting able to have people who truly see me and ask me, hey, how are you doing? Like, how are you really doing? We want to get to know you. We want to hear from you. Has been really awesome. And so I haven't cried yet, and I'm impressed. But I'm going to miss all of you guys, all you seniors so much. Truly, I don't think you know how much you all mean to me. There's a place that aches so much right now in my heart, knowing that you won't be here next year and that it won't feel the same, because y'all have been such a consistent part, I think, and especially my class's journey and experience through RUF. But I'm so excited for all of you. I will be coming to Dallas, be warned. And yeah, we're so thankful. And then to the freshmen, y'all have been genuinely such a joy to get to know. I know I make fun of y'all a lot, especially Haddon, thank you. But I think y'all brought such a life and joy to RUF, getting to talk to everybody, and party hard has been amazing, and I think I'm really excited to see how y'all shepherd your kind of new role next year. I think you'll do amazing. Hopefully we set a decent example for y'all.